Hey guys, I'm AfroGeek PlusUltraNappy and welcome back to a brand new video. So I apologize if my energy is a little bit low. I'm currently feeling just a tad bit under the weather. I don't know if it's a stomach virus or what's going on with me, but I just know I'm not really feeling the best, so I'm not gonna really be yelling and screaming, doing a whole bunch of animated things I normally be doing in my videos. Or maybe I'm normally just chill. I can't tell half the time. But today I'm gonna be bringing you guys another video because once again, it is spooky month. So it wouldn't be spooky month if I talked about two childhood classic shows that were brought together in one movie. And if you already know from that statement what I'm getting ready to talk about, then you definitely want to stay tuned for this video. And that I'm getting ready to be talking to you guys about is Scooby-Doo meets Courage the Cowardly Dog in Straight Outta Nowhere. So we finally got a movie where they combine two of the greatest Warner Brother properties into one cool movie. When we first heard the news about this film dropping, everybody lost their minds. Adults, even people my age, are flipping out because one, you got Courage the Cowardly Dog. As someone who was born in the late 90s and grew up watching shows like Courage the Cowardly Dog, and for someone who watched reruns of the old classic Scooby-Doo cartoon shows, as well as watching What's New Scooby-Doo on Cartoon Network and Kids WB, it's really awesome to see that these two elements are brought together. So for those of you that didn't know, yes, I did buy the film. I tweeted it out that I finally got both of my childhood favorites on one movie. Now, originally I was gonna get this from Amazon, but for some reason Amazon delayed the order and I wouldn't be getting it until Friday, October the 1st. And it's like, why would I wait 2 weeks after the movie comes out to get it? No. So I went to Target with my girlfriend, I picked it up. It was only like $14. And unfortunately, I thought they would have had a Blu-ray release, but they only just had a DVD, and then also you can watch it to stream on Amazon Prime. Basically, throughout this review, I'm gonna be telling you guys some pros from the movies, some stuff that I liked, a couple scenes that I thought were really interesting, as well as bringing some couple of Easter eggs into the video, and then talking about some cons that I was kind of like, okay, we could have done better with this, as well as kind of talking about some scenes from the movie that I thought, okay, interesting. I'm gonna tell you guys that I really wasn't too thrilled with this movie. Now, I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate because, of course, it's Courage the Cowardly Dog, one of Cartoon Network's classics. Hell, I just pre-ordered the Funko Pop through Entertainment Earth just before I watched the film. And then, we got Scooby-Doo. Now, Scooby-Doo's had a huge success from I think the late 60s up to now, with a bunch of different shows. We had What's New Scooby-Doo, at least from what I remember. I watched reruns of the old classic Scooby-Doo shows and cartoons and stuff from Boomerang as a kid. And then, I grew up with What's New Scooby-Doo on Kids WB, as well as Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated on Cartoon Network. Overall, with this film, I don't know, it was some things that I just didn't like about it. Now, again, there were some things that I did like about this film, but there was stuff that I just really did not like about it. So without further ado, let's go ahead and let's just get into the review. So the movie kind of starts off with Mystery Incorporated stopping some clown person from robbing a bank, and then Scooby starts experiencing some weird euphoria where he's hearing this weird noise, and he starts acting a little bit abnormal. He's actually doing stuff that a dog would do, like biting his tail, chasing his tail, not understanding what humans are saying to him unless they're saying his name, Scooby-Doo. And then he just takes off. Shaggy freaks out. They all get in the car and they or I should say the mystery van, and just take off, where they end up in nowhere where Courage, Eustace, and Muriel are. Courage starts experiencing and displaying the same sort of things Scooby was going through, not really understanding anything that Muriel is saying to him, as well as Eustace, unless they say the word Courage. And throughout the thing, they kind of talk about some stuff about, Shaggy and Scooby are looking at this thing on a smartphone where it talks about getting them through insecurities and facing their fears. And I like the dynamic Courage, Scooby, and Shaggy had, but Courage and Scooby on their own, that was good. Some elements were good, some jokes were eh. So basically throughout the film, they also have to stop these weird cicada alien type bugs that start appearing in nowhere, just literally out of nowhere. And it's pretty much the groups combine, and they have to pretty much tackle this thing. And I do have to quickly say RIP to Thea White. I hope I'm pronouncing her name right. She passed away, I believe, shortly after recording her audio or voice recording for the voice of Muriel. It's sad to see another legend pass away from cancer. As a cancer survivor myself, really hard to hear stuff like that. The words I can't really get together to say properly. Long story short, cancer sucks. I hope whoever's going out there that's watching this video, if you happen to be going through it, I wish you nothing but the wellness and the best of health possible. For any people out there there that are going through cancer, I wish you nothing but the best, and hopefully you can pull through. Within the movie, they at some point get invited to the mayor of Nowhere's house. And when I was watching the show, I never heard of a mayor of Nowhere. And you would think, as someone who grew up around the era of the classic Cartoon Network, you would think, I don't remember a mayor from Nowhere. You would think you would see one, you know what I mean? And so the invitation says everyone's invited, pets included. And when you see pets included, that should already be foreshadowing or indicating that something is bound to go terribly wrong. Of course, nobody really wants to go, but you know, Eustace, Shaggy, Scooby, and Courage all here. Well, it's a free meal, I'm in. So they all go there. Some weird monster looking guy opens up the door and at first isn't gonna let them in, but then he's like, well, you know, the invitation seems authentic and real. He brings them into this room and you get the first glimpse of Easter eggs from Courage the Cowardly Dog, because in the back you can see portraits of past monsters and villains from Courage the Cowardly Dog, like that one tree person that had like a weird beard bark thing. You also see the robots who, you know, wasn't like the other ones who wanted to take over planets and stuff. I think he was into making like shavings and stuff like that. Then you also see cats, and then you also, I think, see the phlegm guy too, the guy from Return to Slab. You see a lot of Courage villains. I don't know if you see any Scooby villains. I really wasn't paying attention much on this kind of side, but you did see quite a good range of villains. And you know, the chairs tackle them. They turn into monsters, and the mayor's like, you know, a little bit acting kind of, the mayor, I will admit, is acting strange. He's trying to get to the bottom of everything. He's not really opening up much. He's just kind of repeating himself. And so a lot of things tend to happen when the mayor disappears too, involving a lot of things going wrong, things turned into monsters, those cicada alien things attacking the gang. But of course they do like bits where, you know, Shaggy and Scooby and Courage are like in different costumes, and they have like this weird queen cicada bug alien thing pretending to be a bug exterminator. Now I will admit that was kind of funny, and the monster was like spraying down the stuff, sprayed a mirror, kept looking at itself, and was like, wait a minute, that's a bug, and just kept spraying. And then while Shaggy, Scooby, and Courage are tackling that issue, you know, the rest of the gang gets split up. The mayor gets kidnapped at some point. Muriel, Fred, Velma, and Daphne end up getting trapped somewhere. Not necessarily trapped, but at first they go into like this museum or history of nowhere, where once again you see more Easter eggs from the show, where you have the ray gun from the Quack, the slab from the episode Return of the Slab, and then you'll see a portrait of cats. That nigga had the coolest theme for a kid show. He had such a cool theme. That's some type of stuff that I would love to sample, and you know, hop on the mic and spit some of that fire. Although I can't rap, save my own life. And it's just such a nostalgic throwback to my childhood. Sorry about the technical difficulty. I don't know why my camera shut off on me, but it just did out of nowhere. What I was originally saying was that with seeing all the Easter eggs within that museum, it really just showed how much I loved Courage the Cowardly Dog as a kid. You know, with all Velma's research, they all kind of try and tackle the situation. Everybody gets kidnapped except for Scooby and Courage, and it's up to them to figure out what's going on. So we see Courage get to interact with his computer again, the computer that was really quirky and stuff like that, and then him and Velma's tablet start flirting, which is a little weird. And they figure out a solution that it's like this little meteor thing from that meteor that crashed and killed the dinosaurs. It's within the Earth's core, legit in the middle of nowhere underneath their house. And so they have to get this meteor and pretty much use it to kill these cicada alien things. And you know, Courage turns into some like mecha thing and fights. You think Courage is gonna win, but you know, Courage gets stomped the heck out. But you know, just like every Cartoon Network show, you know, Courage saves the day, everything goes according to plan, and it has a happy ending to it. Some stuff I really did not like about the film was a lot of the jokes. Now, of course, with writing in today's day and age, some of it's not gonna be the best. I just didn't think that the writing was really all that good. A lot of the same jokes were repeated either throughout the movie or within a 5-minute span. You would hear the same joke, them talking about the sandwich that they're trying to make in the kitchen of the mayor's house. You know, of Eustace trying to scare Shaggy, Scooby, and Courage. It's just, I don't know, it's just some of the stuff they say is like very, very repetitive. And it's like you could have easily written up some more dialogue. You could have probably cut this animation scene. You could have done something instead of repeating this stuff so many times in a row. But at the same time, I also have to understand that they're not just trying to cater to people my age who grew up watching Courage the Cowardly Dog and have some sort of resemblance to watching Scooby-Doo, regardless if it was What's New Scooby-Doo or Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated. They also have to cater to kids in this day and age who do know who Scooby-Doo is, but may not know who Courage the Cowardly Dog is. And I think with that element being said, sometimes you have to kind of be careful with what stuff you bring back. Billy and Mandy almost came back, but people at Cartoon Network were like, kids aren't gonna know who Billy and Mandy are, so why would we do that? In a way, I am kind of glad that they took a gamble and they brought Courage back in this special. Overall, as much as I dislike some of the jokes, even this weird part where Eustace was rapping, despite all the cheesiness that happened in this movie, I am really glad that we got to see some sort of nostalgia trip. Would I recommend buying it? Unless you're a nostalgia fan and you like to collect memorabilia, especially stuff from your childhood, sure, that's actually the reason why I bought it. But if you actually are thinking that this film is gonna be good, probably wouldn't buy it. If anything, I would rent it or get it from like, you know, stream it from Amazon Prime, rent it from like a library, something like that. Granted, this only cost me $14, but still, I would not go out of my way to buy it unless you absolutely want to buy it. But anyway, guys, that is going to end the video for today. Hopefully I explained enough to you. There was a lot of technical difficulties, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like, dislike if you didn't. Subscribe to the channel if you are brand new. We are on the road to 500 subscribers on this channel, and if you want to see more content from me, definitely hit up my main channel in the link in the description below. That is my Pokemon 86 channel. And if you want to connect more with me to my social medias, hit up my links in the description below. I got Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Tumblr, and I will catch you guys in the next video. I am AfroGeek +UltraNappy, and your boy is just